Jamar Chase a little later with Randy. Meantime, let's turn our attention to tonight. Chiefs at the Giants. Here's an interesting stat. Kansas City has never beaten the Giants on the road. 0-7 all time. But in the moment, perhaps the more important number is 0-2. That's their record for the first time in Patrick Mahomes' tenure there. And history is against them if they lose tonight. You see it there in the previous 25 seasons. Only one team has started 0-3 and made the playoffs. Those were the 2018 Houston Texans. And so, Rex, if we're going to assign sort of like a panic meter to the Kansas City Chiefs here on a scale of 1 to 10, where is it?
On 1 to 10?
Yeah.
12. 12. Are you kidding me? They can lose this one, guys. I'm telling you, they can lose this game. How? Because you can't protect the quarterback. You got no weapons to throw to. This Giants team can rush the passer.
Yes.
All right? They can't play much else, but who cares? They don't need to. You got no weapons to throw to. And then defensively, you're not quite as good as you've been to carry the team. You played pretty decent last week, but I'm telling you, because they don't get through this one, they're going to get beat by the Ravens the next week. Not only do they go 0-3, they go 0-4. So, yes, you're going to – it's a 12.
Yeah, I think the worry comes not this week, but in their schedule in the future. They've got some stiff competition coming up.
Right.
But this Giant team, they can't stop the run, and I don't know if they'll be able to earn the right to rush the passer. I mean, I think Andy Reid's going to get back to running the football. It's what he has to do. I mean, hopefully he goes back to his old offensive line days and knows that that's all he has right now to protect Patrick Mahomes against a unit that struggles against it. They got to run the football.
Brew, the only offensive line coach in the history that doesn't like to run the ball is Andy Reid. It's the darndest thing I've ever seen.
Listen, if you had 15 back there, you'd be throwing it too. Even you, Rex.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes,
I would.
Yes, I would. This is not panic. This is not panic. However, Rex is right. They need to win this football game. This is a must-win. And when have we ever said that about a Chiefs team in Week 3? It hasn't been since I was lining up for them. That's the reality, right? They're that good. So they got to win this game. Not only do they have the Ravens coming up, Lions coming up after that, right? The schedule isn't easy. But going back, the reason I think I want to pump the brakes on the panic conversation is this. They've just played the two best defenses in the NFL from last year to this year, right? Like, again, the Chargers in Brazil, they just played the defending champs and took both of them to the wire, missing their two best weapons with a rookie left tackle,
They're a
right?
bobbled catch away from that game being very different last week.
And speaking of the bobble catch, listen, right, these two guys, Kelsey and Mahomes, have been doing it at such a high level for so long, right? And it came up on the wrong side of it, but this is from last week. I want to watch you. We talk about anticipation. We talk about playing fast in the NFL, especially in the offensive side. This is what it looks like. This is as good as it gets.
Yeah,
Look how early he threw this football, right? It's like he can see the future. And again, here in the big play down in the red zone, they got the look they wanted on defense. Patrick even said it. You see him cutting it loose early again. Kelsey makes this play 9 times out of 10. Obviously, this one doesn't bounce their way. But this is their reality. Their margin of error is so small now, you can't overcome some of these mistakes. But again, I've been there twice this summer. I love the way Kelsey looks right now, right? Like, this is the best shape I've seen him in a long time. I think he's running well. I think he's energized. He's going to make those plays as they continue on, right? It's going to be part of a process, but make no mistake, this is a huge game. This
well, let me go back to what Rex was talking about, the pass rush for the New York Giants. I am hitting a panic button for the Kansas City Chiefs, and the reason why is because if you're talking about an old veteran Travis Kelsey being the only weapon that they have on offense, and you just showed that play right there, so how tuned in are they in order going into Week 3? And the one thing that really stands out to me is the protection of Patrick Mahomes. One thing about it, the New York Giants, they've already drafted the guys. They had it last year. We know they can get after the quarterback. Yes, and I know it's early, but the thing about it, they are tied second in the National Football League already in sacks. So I want to see today how this offensive line is going to fare on the road with the crowd noise. I just want to see how they're going to be able to protect Patrick Mahomes for 4 quarters in a hostile environment.
We're talking about the New York Giants here, okay? I mean, Russell Wilson doing what he did last week. I mean, I love Malik Neighbors. I mean, Neighbors is a great player, but as a team beating the Kansas City Chiefs, there's got to be so much more that Russell needs to do. I mean, to do that two weeks in a row, that's what I haven't seen from him in a few years.
So, I would like to hear Randy talking about Malik Neighbors because, look, the significance of the game for the Chiefs is critical, and you heard Adam Schefter a moment ago, somewhat surprisingly and maybe disappointingly saying this injury to Worthy may be worse than they thought. I had expected get him to come back as soon as this week. So that's the Kansas City side. From the Giants side, I have had the opportunity to sit next to you the last 2 weeks and watch Malik Neighbors play.
Has he made you a believer?
He might be the most watchable player in the entire NFL right now.
Hands down. Well, one thing I talked about opening up in week 1 is talking about giving this young man a chance. One thing that really stood out to me last year was this man was running wide open and the ball was not coming his way. Ladies and gentlemen, that barn burner last week in Dallas was a hell of a game, but this is the reason why that the New York Giants was in the game. Being able to put the ball in Malik Neighbors' vicinity for him to be able to catch it. I talked about week 1, all 3 levels of the passing game that this young man can score on. You made a point talking about if Malik Neighbors is the only one we're relying on and against this game at home against the Kansas City Chiefs, hey, bro, I'm going to have to pump the brakes on that one. I think Malik Neighbors and Russell Wilson, if they can keep up with what they did last week, it'll be a long day for them.
I think there's another guy on that Giant offense that's going to help even Malik Neighbors out. You know who it is? His running back. Scatterboo guy?
Yes.
Just give him the dang ball.
Yes.
Let him pound it through there looking like Larry Zonka. Give me a break, man. Like,
he runs hard.
I'm telling you, that's going to open up things for Malik Neighbors.
Right.
And that's why I'm telling you, Kansas City, watch out. Watch out.
Malik Neighbors leads the league in receiving yards to this point. The Giants, to your point earlier, Teddy, have the worst rushing defense in the league through 2 weeks. All right, who we got coming up? Micah Parsons in Cleveland today. Teddy showed you earlier how he's going to get after the quarterback. We'll see how that works out. And then his opposite side, Myles Garrett. How about this matchup today, Teddy? And the other, certainly the one everyone is more intimately aware of, is that he's the lead broadcaster on Fox every single week. Let me show you how this becomes a conflict of interest. People, you may have heard it this week and wondered, well, what exactly does it mean? Week 1, he broadcast Giants at Commanders. Today, his team, the Raiders, are playing the Commanders. Let me be even more direct. Today, he's doing Cowboys at Bears. Next Sunday, those Bears are playing at the Raiders. So if he has any sort of inside information that others wouldn't normally have, it might put his team at an advantage and thus the other team at a disadvantage. That's certainly what the suggestion could be. Shefty, no one talks to more people around the NFL every day than you do. What are they saying about this?
Well, it's amazing how many conversations come back to Tom Brady. In the last segment, we're talking about how his quarterback sneaks were unstoppable. Now we're talking about him as a limited partner in the Raiders and a broadcaster for Fox, and everybody's trying to figure out what exactly is going on and whether there's a conflict of interest. I can tell you there is a division of thought here. There are some people around the league who I think do have some concerns about this. They're like, how could he be allowed to talk to teams, own a team, have that team play like they're broadcasting the Bears today and playing the Bears next week? They don't like that. But there are other people saying, what is the big deal? You've been through production meetings. You control what you say. I'm on the phone with people. They control what they say. They're not going to divulge the first 15 plays of a game. You can share what you want. So what is the big deal? And I also think Tom Brady feels like he's professional enough to study film on these guys and know exactly what their tendencies are. He doesn't even need to hear it because he's so familiar with the game. So why are people getting worked up? But there are some people who are rattled by it.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, Tom Brady would never bend the rules, right? Oh, my goodness. But you know what? Quite honestly, though, I mean, you're right, Adam. You control the narrative.